Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to address a point that really shocks me that a lot of people felt like in my video I did yesterday, just kind of laughing off Vegan Gains' as ad hominem attack, mainly because I didn't take his video seriously in any way. And I guess people want me to address his well-researched information. Guys, he's using the China study. This is something you all need to be aware of. I went through all of this. You guys remember I was a vegan for somewhere between 4 and 6 months. I spent hours and hours and hours every week researching this stuff and researching all the information that vegans use, including vegan MDs who do tend to be very biased in their stuff. And I'm very familiar with Dr. Campbell, who did the China study. This is stuff I looked at. Remember, I told a lot of you guys before when I was doing this, don't necessarily look to the vegan diet to improve your health. The fact that vegan diets improve health is generally because they're removing refined vegetable oils, refined sugars, trans fats and things from your diet. That's where your benefits come from, and you're getting more vegetables in. It's not that you're excluding meat from your diet that's necessarily helpful. And I looked at all this data, and the thing is, Dr. Campbell was very biased. He had already done a study on rats many years ago that started him in this direction, that showed that when rats were given casein protein as their only protein source, they started developing tumors. And he reversed it with giving them plant proteins in lower amounts. Your issue there is that we're not rats, first of all. Our physiology is different. We're affected differently. If we use dietary studies on rats, the high carb diets that a lot of vegans promote would be considered horrific and terrible in all ways, because in rats, high carb diets cause de novo lipogenesis in large amounts. Humans don't have de novo lipogenesis in large amounts. We do a lot of things differently in our body than rats and mice do. We're not rats and mice. We still to this day don't have human studies showing this. Number two, casein protein is nobody's primary protein in their diet. It's not even found in isolation in nature. You have to make that yourself by separating it out of milk. Now you can buy casein powder, but there's no real food source found anywhere in nature, even in the animal world, that's going to have casein and its only protein in it. So again, you're taking a highly refined food and using it as your only protein source. This whole idea was flawed in so many ways of study, and it's never been found to be true in humans. This is the guy who conducted all this stuff with the China study. Your other issue is that it's been debunked by quite a few experts, and actually rather than all experts, I'm going to link a few people down below. I'm going to give you guys 3 links down below so that you can sort through yourself. And some of the stuff is from a former vegan who dug into this and realized when she was a vegan that there was problems with this approach. And the reason I'm linking these is because there are tons of resources below. You guys can go start digging through links, because apparently a lot of people don't want to go to Google and type in China study debunked. So they can go down below and look through all those various links and start reading and come back to me in a month when you guys are done reading everything. But the China study is not taken seriously by most registered dietitians, by most medical doctors. It's been debunked as very biased work, both due to the person who started it being biased and his hypothesis and conclusions not being accepted. Its actual conclusions don't match the data in many cases. A lot of the conclusions that were drawn about the health effects of animal products in it, the actual correlational data itself doesn't even prove that or show that. So it's a horrific piece of work for people to use, and you can go read below all the stuff with it. Furthermore, this whole idea of meat being the cause of cancer, then why in the hell are vegans getting cancer? Meat eaters don't get cancer at an extremely high rate the way you think they do. Not 1 in 10 people are walking around with cancer who eat meat. It is something like 5% of the general population that ever gets any type of cancer. So if meat was the primary cause, these vegans wouldn't be getting cancer. Remember guys, Steve Jobs followed a vegan diet for many years and still died of cancer. I'm going to link below a vegan registered dietitian who discusses this fact. And he tries to come up with his conclusions as to why vegans are still dying of cancer, because he's known multiple vegans who died of cancer within his lifetime, who were actual vegans, both vegetarians and vegans. He talked about a couple of vegans who died of cancer. So vegans, who are a tiny demographic, if they were getting cancer at much lower rates than meat eaters, which is already no more than 5%, then we wouldn't see all these cases of vegans actually getting cancer also, but they're getting cancer as well. So you can read that down below. And then the other thing to consider is that if animal products were the source of cancer, then why are ketogenic diets used by some actual physicians and have been found in research and data and physicians and registered dietitians to be useful for treating many types of cancer? We're talking diets that are pretty much exclusively animal products. Almost 100% of the calories coming from animal products in people's diets are being used successfully It's part of cancer treatment programs, and they seem to help speed up the shrinkage of tumors for people who are going through other types of treatment versus people who aren't doing the ketogenic diets with the same treatment. So this idea that anyone thinks that I've been owned by the research on this topic, you people are ignorant and clueless. Go look at the data, look at the material yourself. It's not true. Meat doesn't cause cancer, and vegan diets are not protection against cancer. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.